No other girl group in the current competitive 4th gen has had a more polarizing journey than NMIXX. After debuting with one of the most hated songs and debuts of 2022, and the subsequent EP Admire, it was determined by so many that JYP just didn't know what the hell they were doing with their newest rookie group. Now, as someone who wasn't the biggest fan of OO or the EP, I remember wondering the same thing. Why would a company as big as JYP feel the need to use shock advertisement to push NMIXX? This is no rookie group from some no-name agency who needed the publicity. JYP likely has hundreds of thousands of company stans ready and willing to support any group they debut before they even know who the members are. Why risk tainting your group's reputation by giving them such an odd debut rollout, which reportedly led to the girls themselves receiving all manner of hate and death threats from the K-pop stan community? Though I'll never know the answer to that question, at least now we can firmly state that JYP seems to have learned their lesson since then. Luckily, with the release of DICE, the public opinion seems to have shifted for NMIXX, and the girls themselves are finally being acknowledged for their talents and not for their company's awful decisions. Now, I'm not going to clown anyone who actually likes OO. After all, taste is subjective and everyone is free to like whatever they like. But there's no denial in how detrimental releasing a song like this could have been for a group that didn't debut under JYP. NMIXX's soul-saving grace with their debut was also their curse, JYP. And contrary to popular belief, OO didn't actually flop. It still charted decently, though some could argue that it charted much lower than anyone else would expect for a Big Four company. But still, the song charted well enough despite all of the negative discourse surrounding the debut. So though many wrote them off, they were still able to bounce back from the public scrutiny with a more favorable release, DICE, a song that mirrored OO in many ways but managed to take everything that made OO so polarizing and bring something good from it. Though the dramatic and sudden beat change-ups were still a major part of DICE, these switch-ups were far more cohesive and kept the song more focused. Unlike with OO, DICE didn't feel like someone just threw a bunch of random beats together and hoped for the best. DICE felt more thought out, and luckily this pattern would continue with their most recent release, Love Me Like This, a song that takes the signature NMIXX sound of chaotic instrumentals to a more toned-down level to bring out the individual talent of each member, allowing us to get these beautiful vocals, these addictive bouncy percussions that play throughout the catchy chorus, not to mention those subtle hints of old-school Destiny's Child R&B in the pre-chorus. And then there was this. A bridge. Yes, that's exactly what you heard just now. Now tell me, when's the last time you heard a K-pop title track with a proper bridge? Because I can't think of any, at least none that have come out in the last 2 years. NMIXX is trying to bring back bridges, and I'm here for it. All in all, Love Me Like This has finally centered NMIXX's sound. We got an upbeat, youthful love anthem with some gorgeous harmonies and ad-libs from Haewon and Sullyun, and a god-tier bridge from Lily. The girls got to shine the way they were always meant to, and that's all any of us can ask for.